Excuse me. Alright, so this is the disassembly video of the M1903A3. To start off, we're actually going to cock the rifle, so just open your bolt here and then close it back up. Close the bolt. Next step we're going to do is we're going to take the safety right here, and we're going to turn that so it's facing straight up. If you can see that a little bit better right there. Alright, now for demonstrative purposes, there is usually a tab that sits right in here. It says on one side and off on the other side, and this tab is welded in place so the bolt cannot be removed from the rifle while it's being used as a drill rifle. So for demonstrative purposes, that's been removed so we can actually fully remove the bolt and show the full disassembly process of the rifle. But if this tab were in place, what you would want to do is you'd want to flip it up, so it would be between on and off. It would sit coming out at about an angle like this right here, if you can see that. And so then what you do, you would turn that up to about 3/4. Make sure you have your rifles cocked, your safety is in the upward position, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just grab the bolt and give it a tug, and that will pull the bolt right out of the rifle, and we will take the rifle and we'll set it back here for now, and we'll just focus on the bolt. So this is the bolt of the M1903 rifle. And so first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by removing the firing pin assembly. And this is actually the reason that we cocked the rifle before we took the bolt out. So what you're going to want to do is there's going to be a little button right here. You're going to press that button, and then you're going to turn counterclockwise. And then I just like to grab the back of the bolt and turn it so you guys can see it turn a little bit better. And turn it about 4 times, and it's going to come out. It's going to remove from the bolt assembly. And for now, we're done with the bolt assembly. So here we have the firing pin. It's easier to perform this now that you've removed the firing pin, to grab right here on these metal parts. Don't grab this bottom area because this is going to slide forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to just grab the safety and push it downward, and if you could see, the spring released tension and it shot the pin forward, and the bolt obviously, or the firing pin obviously moved forward. So now what we're going to do is, it's very simple. You're going to put the back end, the knob part, against something hard, and then you're going to grab this little ribbed black part right here and pull back on that, and that will release this little divot in which the firing pin sits. So the firing pin, we're just going to take that out, leave that there, and that's going to release all the tension on the spring, and you'll realize that this black rib piece that we grabbed onto earlier is separate from the spring. So we'll just kind of do an exploded view here of how everything goes on. So there's the spring, and then finally the actual firing pin carrier is removed from the from its rail, and that just goes. We'll scoot all this over, scoot this over, scoot that over, there you go, and it goes together just like that. Now once you've gotten to this point, you can see all your pieces are apart. We're just going to go ahead and, just do the opposite of what we just did, reassemble it. So you're going to take your firing pin carrier, put it back into the bolt carrier, and then you're going to take your spring, place the spring on the pin, and then you're going to rest the pin against something hard again, anything. You're going to grab the little driver. You're going to pull down on that, and then you're going to place the firing pin back on, releasing the driver, and there you go, there's your firing pin reassembled. Now next, to put the firing pin back into the bolt, you're going to have to use a little bit of force. So again, it just slides back in like it did when we took it out, but now we have this divot sticking out that wasn't there when we removed it because the firing pin was actually loaded under spring tension. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and line these two pieces up right here. So there should be this dent and then the protruding part of the bolt carrier. Turn that a quarter turn so those do not line up, and then you're going to grab the bolt carrier itself, and you're going to push. And you can see the spring closes the action. And then you're just going to turn, and then you're going to get to this point right here. So the threads have engaged, but now this detent has caught this part that sticks out on the bolt. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to pull back on the bolt carrier and turn it again, and then let go of it. Once you get past that detent, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Bam, it's going to snap in place one more time. Again, you're just going to pull that, give it a good turn, keep turning, and then it's going to lock into its detent. And then one more time, all we got to do is pull this up. There's this little button here that we depressed before. Push that in, give it a hard twist, and it should just snap right into place like that. Now, what we got to do is this part right here, this is actually the guide rod for the whole bolt assembly itself. So this is gonna rotate on you. What you want to do is, if the safety is facing upwards and the bolt handle is facing upwards, then what you're going to do is you're going to turn this down so it sits over this far notch. And then to replace it in the rifle, all we have to do is take it, slide it back in its casing, and close the rifle, and we're done.